Hello Pythonistas and my other friends on YouTube. Today's video is going to be very interesting. In this video, I will give you a short demonstration on web scraping. I am going to scrape data from Amazon website. So here's what we are going to do today. We are going to write a program that will go on Amazon website and collect the names and prices of all the laptops on that page, and we are going to collect this data in a CSV file. I will explain what is a CSV file later in the video. And after running a program, here's our data scraped out. As you can see, we have got all the names of laptops and the prices here. Before starting, let's understand what is web scraping, and let's understand why it is important for a software developer to have this skill. Web scraping is a process of collecting information that is already available on the internet, but by writing a bot or a program that will do this for you. So, for a software developer, knowledge of collecting and analyzing data is also important. Sounds interesting, right? I have provided some links in the description about web scraping. If you are interested, do check them out.
The information provided in this video is only for educational purpose.
I said that because you can't scrape data from any website you want. I mean, technically you can, but there are some laws to scrape data. For example, Facebook says you should not scrape data from their website. I don't know if you guys know, but recently Facebook sued a developer for scraping data. But still, if you want to scrape data from Facebook, always use proxies and don't scrape data for 24 by 7. I think Flipkart and Amazon allow web scraping to some extent. So now that was too much of theory. Let's start now. Python is the best language for web scraping. First, let's install required modules. First, we need to install Beautiful Soup 4. Beautiful Soup 4 is the module that we are going to use for web scraping. There are also some other frameworks like Scrapy, but today we are going to stick with Beautiful Soup. Second, we need to install the request module. And now we will install LXML module. LXML is a parser. It is used to parse HTML components. In simple words, LXML helps to separate out HTML components. Now we are ready. Now let's import what we have downloaded. Request module is used to send requests to the server for a particular page. Now let's access our web page with the help of .get function. Go to Amazon website, search for laptops and copy the address of that page and pass it to the .get function. Now we need to parse the web page. We will do this with the help of Beautiful Soup and LXML. Let's try to print a web page. We will use .prettify to print in a formatted style. Before running this program, let me tell you, this will not work. And to explain why this will not work, I am going to run this program. After executing this, you will see there are no errors. But if you check what is printed properly, you will find out this is not the web page we are looking for. Look, here it says, sorry, we just need to make sure you are not a robot. Actually, Amazon has some security features that don't allow bots and other programs to access this web page. And to bypass that security, we are going to use headers. Let's define our header. You don't actually need to understand each word of this line. In simple terms, headers pass information about the device along with the request so that the server thinks this request for Amazon website is from an application or a software and not from a bot. I have given this header in the description. Now let's pass this header with a request. And now if you run this program, you will get the required output. I know this is little messed up. That's because it also contains some JavaScript and CSS code. Next, create empty list for names and prices of the laptops. Now we have to go on Amazon website and check in which tag and CSS class is name of laptops located. We will do this by inspecting the web page. Look, here it is. Copy the tag name and the class name. There is a function in Beautiful Soup named find that is used to find a particular tag by its class name. But as we require all the names of laptops on that web page, we are going to use the function find all to do this. Now pass the tag name and the class name to this function. And remember, while typing the keyword class here, put an underscore in front because without an underscore, class is also another keyword in Python. This find all function returns a list. So to access each element, we will add a for loop. Now before storing, let's understand one thing. Find function and find all function returns the whole tag, but we need only the text inside the tag. So before storing, we will convert it into a text. And next step is append it in the list. I have used here dot strip function to clear the extra spaces before and after the text. Before moving on, let's check our program by printing out the names of laptops stored in the list. We will again use a loop to print all the elements. And here it is. Perfect. All the names of laptops on that website are here. Now you have to do the same procedure with prices. Because this video is getting too long, I will skip that part. But the procedure is same like we did for names. Here is our code for prices. If you have any doubt regarding this, please comment below. Now we need to store this information in a formatted way. We are going to store this information in a CSV file. CSV files are comma separated valued files. If you open CSV file in a text editor, you will find out they are just plain text files separated by comma. To handle CSV files, you need to import a module called CSV. If you get an error while importing CSV, it means it is not present in your system. So you need to download it using the pip command, or if you are using PyCharm, then you can download it from settings. Now create a variable and store the name of the CSV file you want to create in it. Now open it in write mode as a file. W specifies write mode. Now we have to declare a writer that will write in the CSV file. So writer is equals to CSV dot writer and in the bracket pass file. First row of CSV will have headings of the columns. We will have 3 columns. First for serial number, second for names of laptop, and third for prices. Now with the help of loop and a writer, write all the elements in the CSV file. Like this. I hope there is no doubt about this for loop. If you have doubt about this particular block of code, let me explain it. With open is used when you want to handle a file. This syntax makes it much easier to handle a file. We don't need to close the file, it automatically closes. Now our code is totally ready. If you run this code, you will find .csv file in the directory where your code is located. Now open this file using Excel and you will find out names of laptops and their prices are in separate columns. You can even cross check it on Amazon. If you want to try opening this file using text editor. You will find out names of laptops and the prices are separated by a comma. And that's why they are called comma separated files. So that's it for today guys. Thanks for watching and if you haven't yet subscribed, please subscribe my channel. Thank you.